pregnant. I was 16 years old whenever I first got pregnant, and I had a miscarriage. Then I met my baby daddy, and I got on birth control. Then I got off of birth control 3 months later, and I did not get pregnant until September. Mind you, we was trying a little bit at the end, and I just wouldn't get pregnant. Then one day one day Devon told me, he was like, you've been acting different. You know, just something about you is weird. Nothing's the same, Sydney. Like, something is different. And I'm like, what are you trying to say? And he's like, you need to go take a pregnancy test just to be on the safe side. So I was like, all right, whatever. Do what you say. Went and got a pregnancy test, came back negative. I told him, don't ever make me do that again. Like, it broke my heart. Don't make me do that no more. So a couple days later, I started feeling like I was different. And I don't know if it was my mind, I don't know what it was, but I started feeling really different. So I went and took a pregnancy test behind his back when he was working. It came back positive, and I was like, this isn't real. This is not real. Like, this can't happen to me. This won't happen to me. I'm not pregnant. Well, I went outside and I told my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I'm pregnant. Like, I'm pregnant. She's like, yay, oh my God, yes. And I'm like, okay. So I waited till my baby daddy got home from work, and I gave him his little gift. He opened it. It was a bittersweet moment. He was excited, but it was like a fucking slap in the face. Like, our lives are about to change forever. So I told him we got that out of the way. He was like, we need to tell our people. Like, you got to tell your grandma, and I have to tell my mom. So I was like, all right. Once you tell them and I tell my people, we can tell the world. So I went in my grandma's room, and I had my pregnancy test, and I was crying. And I was like, Grandma, this is serious. Like, this is really happening. And I was like, I'm pregnant. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. And I was just bawling. She was like, Sydney, calm down. Calm down. It's okay. Things like this happen. And this is completely normal. We're going to be here for you. You're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. And we're just about to have a baby. So I was like, all right. It sunk in, like, this is really happening. Well, Devon told his mom, we got that out of the way, we posted it, which was my biggest regret. I regret it so much because right after I had posted it, a couple days later, I was walking the block with Devon, and instantly I felt a gush of blood, and I was like, okay, like, this is not normal. So I went home, and it was blood clots. So I called my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I need to go to the doctor. I'm bleeding blood clots. So she rushed me to the doctor. And they came in, did a pap smear, all that good stuff. And then they came in about an hour later, and they was like, I'm sorry, but you are having a miscarriage. Your baby is already in your birthing canal, and it should be the matter of tonight that your baby comes out. So I'm like, okay. I get it. I've done this before. I get it. I thought it was me. I thought just me being little, having personal problems myself, like, I just can't carry a baby. So I was like, whatever. Came home, and I just grabbed Devon, and I started praying. And we prayed, and we prayed, and we prayed. Well, the very next day, all night long, I stayed up waiting for the baby to come out. No baby. So the very next day, I went to my OB appointment, and I was like, went in and told them, you know, everything they told me and everything, and they gave me an ultrasound. And it was like, that's weird because your baby's right here. We're just confused as to if there's a heartbeat or not. So I'm like, okay. He was like, give it 2 weeks, and if the baby doesn't come out. So mind you, for 2 weeks straight, I was wondering if my child was alive, if he had a heartbeat, and wondering when this child was coming out of me. So whole 2 weeks, I waited. We waited, nothing. Well, I went to my OB appointment, and he had a heartbeat. He had a heartbeat, y'all. So that was good. I had a heartbeat. My pregnancy, I threw up the whole time. It was terrible. Threw up every day. I was in the hospital because I didn't eat for 3 days. Didn't eat, drink, nothing. Like, I could not keep anything down. I was dehydrated for 3 days straight, and I was losing a lot of weight. So I had to go to the hospital. Around 35 weeks, I started getting really bad contractions, and I was like, you know, anyone who knows me, I think everything's normal. Like, no, I'm just pregnant. I've never been pregnant before, so this is completely normal. Like, I'm supposed to be feeling like this. I'll be okay. No, don't ever do that. I waited it off, and finally, when I had an appointment at 36 weeks, I told my doctor, no, 35 weeks, I went to my appointment, and I told my doctor, I was like, listen, I'm having very bad contractions. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's very, very tight, and I can barely walk half the time. He was like, okay, we're gonna check you because you're probably dilated. So they checked me, and I was 2 centimeters dilated at 35 weeks. They put me on bed rest. They sent me upstairs. I had to go get 2 shots in my butt, and it was steroids to help the baby's lungs develop. And they put me on bed rest for 2 weeks, and I had to come back every day to get a stress test to make sure my baby was good, make sure the contractions was, you know, where they needed to be, and all that good fancy shit. So around 36 weeks, he told me he was gonna give me an induction. He was like, I'm gonna induce you at 37 weeks if your baby doesn't come before then, because your baby has fetal growth restrictions and your baby is not growing in you no more. I'm like, how does a baby just stop growing in me? Well, he just did not gain no more weight. He stayed 5 pounds. He was just ready to come. His head was right there. When I came back at 37, no, I kept coming back, and I was still dilated 2 centimeters. I did not dilate any. So they told me I was getting an induction. I got an induction on Sunday, May 20th, and it started at 6:15 p.m. No, they started at 5 p.m. My labor started at 6:15, all on its own. They didn't have to do anything but put the cervical in me. My water broke on its own, all of that. So after that, at the very next morning, it was like around 5 a.m. and I was like, I need something, like I'm in so much pain. And I was getting tired of using the laughing gas, so they gave me some IV medicine. Well, about around 8 o'clock, I was 5.5 centimeters still. Okay, this is the crazy part. I was 5.5 centimeters at 8 o'clock a.m. on Monday of 2018 of May 21st. I was at 8 o'clock. I told them I needed my epidural. Like, I need my epidural. I cannot do this no more. I need it now. So I got my epidural, and I was 5.5 centimeters when I got it. They let the people come back in my room. They let my family come back in my room, and instantly, like, I swear, y'all, instantly, when my family came back in that room, I was 10 centimeters, and I was ready to push. So I was a little too late almost for that epidural, but the epidural did kick in. I felt a shit ton of pressure. I was in labor for 14 hours, but I only pushed for 5 minutes, and he was out. He was a preemie. He was not in the NICU. They had the whole respiratory team in my room because they thought he was going to come out not breathing. And he was healthy. I had him on a Monday. We went home Wednesday. He was only 5 pounds, 0 ounces. But at 8:31 a.m. on May 21st of 2018, I had a beautiful baby boy. And his name is Devon N Sydney Jr. He is a junior. We do call him D2. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That wraps up pretty much what I went through during my pregnancy and stuff. So thank you guys for watching.